Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Weekend storms across the province have left a trail of damage, including some areas that are still without power. Intense storms created some tornadoes like this one near the Alberta border, with damaging winds and hail in other areas. Southeast of Nipawin, residents have been without power since Saturday, needing to drive into town for water, washrooms and showers. As of this afternoon, residents in some rural areas are still in the dark, including near Caudette, where this farmer has been trying to get answers from Sask Power on repairs.
Like, they've had a big job. I'm not taking that away, but I think from an overall standpoint, like an inability to update us on even where the problem is, and it's just like a troubleshoot to go back, doesn't leave me with a lot of confidence in them being able to provide reliable service.
Sask Power says this weekend's storm system caused a higher volume of outages across the province than they've seen in 4 years. In all, about 50,000 customers lost power and more than 500 were still without power as of this afternoon. Sask Power also says in spite of the recent heat wave on the weekend, it wasn't enough to break the summer usage record. Sask Power says the peak hasn't been anything special. It fell short of the summer peak by 285 megawatts. The company says with the hottest days being on the weekend, business and industrial activity was lower. The summer usage record, 3,669 megawatts, set in July 2023, is still much lower than the all-time peak during winter of 3,910 megawatts set December 30th, 2021. The Snowbirds did a flyover in Saskatoon today, giving some people a last chance to see the Tudor jets before they retire. Hundreds lined up at the Saskatchewan Aviation Museum to watch the Snowbirds fly over Saskatoon. The flyover is in honor of fallen veterans and those who have served in the Canadian Armed Forces. The squad made a few low-level passes for some communities along Highway 11 before stopping to fuel up in Saskatoon. One pilot says he has mixed emotions about the Tudor jets retiring after 2026.
I'm glad a decision's been made. I'm glad there is a future. I've flown this airplane for 5 years now, so I have an attachment to it. But, you know, it's time.
The Snowbirds are now heading to Alberta for a flyover in Edmonton. Pretty good hot weather we've got today, a little bit different from the weekend, eh, Laura?
Yeah, that's right. We saw sunny skies, very moderate wind, making it a very nice day in Saskatoon for those snowbirds. And in Prince Albert as well, we saw highs of about 28 degrees, and it's sticking around even in the evening. I'm always surprised how warm it gets so late, so that'll be sticking around. And we'll enjoy it because there are some thunderstorms in our horizon. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up.
Veterinary students at the University of Saskatchewan are concerned about the future of the school's wildlife program. The Western College of Veterinary Medicine says it's temporarily closing its zoo, exotics, and wildlife service from July 22nd to August 17th because of a lack of specialized staffing. Students fear the temporary pause will become permanent. They say the program provides hands-on experience treating injured and orphaned wildlife. They say it can't be replaced in a classroom or through traditional pet cases.
We have so many amazing specialists and specialty programs that really just help us get a very solid education. And I think that our wildlife service is a core part of that makes the WCVM special. So it really would be a shame to lose it for the animals, the public, and the students.
The university says it's conducting an extensive review before deciding the future of its zoo, exotics, and wildlife service. A petition to urge the college to continue wildlife treatment has more than 600 signatures online. Last year, the hospital treated about 230 wildlife patients, including animals injured in vehicle collisions and poisonings. Many people are trying to enjoy Saskatchewan's warm months and spending more time outside, but the mosquitoes are also taking advantage of these warm months. Over at Ebb's Source for Adventure, a local outdoor activity supply store, the demand for products that deter mosquitoes is growing. The store owner says the increased mosquito presence is impacting those in both rural and urban areas.
It's been wet this spring, and then we got a bunch of heat. So yes, absolutely, the mosquitoes seem much worse. Even in the city, you could be right downtown with concrete and you're getting bitten by bugs. So yes, definitely higher than last year or the year before.
She adds some customers have had to cut camping trips short due to the bugs. A local entrepreneurship competition is going provincial. The Saskatoon Regional Economic Development Authority and the Saskatchewan Indian Institute of Technologies are teaming up to open SOAR, an Indigenous entrepreneurship competition to the entire province. The competition sees local Indigenous startups compete through workshops and pitches for a grand prize of $50,000 to transform their business. Christine Marie won the competition in 2022 and says SOAR created a number of partnerships that have been instrumental for her career.
My two boys were sitting there. They've been part of the journey from the beginning and just thought, you know what, let's give it our best shot. And so that's exactly what I did. And again, knowing when you looked out and saw a room full of people that were rooting for you, that's a big difference maker.
SOAR applications open next week with the pitch finale happening in October. A partnership between Ducks Unlimited and Mosaic is working to restore wetlands. The two signed a 10-year agreement worth $4.4 million to restore nearly 180 hectares of wetlands. Ducks Unlimited will lead the identification, design, and implementation of the project in priority landscapes across Saskatchewan. Areas will be chosen by their benefit to wildlife, waterfowl, and local communities. Work is set to begin immediately with site assessments and planning. Smoke from wildfires burning in the province is producing poor air quality for a large section of the province's northeast. Environment Canada says smoke is drifting east of active wildfires, impacting the air quality in several communities, including La Ronge, Deschambault Lake, Stanley Mission, and further north to the Reindeer Lake area. The smoke can cause eye, nose, and throat irritation, headaches, and a cough. Older and younger people and those with chronic health conditions are the most vulnerable. People are advised to stay inside and make sure their doors and windows are closed. The smoke is expected to linger in this area until tomorrow evening, when a shift in wind direction is expected to push the smoke further north of the fire zone. When we come back, still a few spots available for a fun kids' summer activity. The Prince Albert Historical Society's Mini Explorers Camp is this week. For the little ones this summer who want to get involved, a little bit active, and learn a little bit about history, there is another program for them. Jerry McKelvey here with the Prince Albert Historical Society. What do we have for the kids?
So we have Mini Explorers half-day camps, and it's just a half day in July and a half day in August, where children 4 to 7 years old come to camp and they bring their grown-up with them to support them while they're here. The cost is $15 per child. Every child must be accompanied by an adult, but every adult's allowed to bring more than one child. So if you have 3 kids at home, you can send them with grandma or grandpa or auntie to camp for the day, or for the morning, I should say.
And so what are some of the activities that they'll be partaking in?
So they always do the best activities from our big kids camps. So that's games, treasure hunts, storytelling, arts and crafts, engaging activities, exploring our history.
Do you find that kids are, when they get their hand, not dirty, but their hands involved or hands-on, does that kind of light up the fire inside of them?
Oh, yes. They love it here. I've had adults walk in and say, oh, I didn't realize it was just for adults here. And I'm, no, let the children come and watch the magic happen when they get here. Last summer, they were milking our pretend cow. They were making butter and doing laundry. And then we had a Voyager camp, so they were chopping wood, actually, which was a little terrifying, but it worked out, hammering nails and participating in all the Voyager games. So this year, it'll be different activities than we had last year.
And I bet the questions or the quality of comments or observations from the young ones are sometimes they make it all the worthwhile on a long day for you?
Yes, they say some of the cutest things. And they really love to be able to touch the artifacts. We make sure we bring out our suitcases during that time and let them engage with the artifacts and try them out. So now we have tools that they're allowed to use and try out, hand tools. We have a butter maker that they're allowed to use, and yeah, we just have a great time playing for about 2 hours.
Is butter a little bit harder to make than it looks?
Well, the interesting thing was that none of the kids had made butter and none of the adults had made butter last year. So it was a learning experience for all of us.
There you go. Well, we skipped a generation, but some of them learned it back. And if you're interested in that program or any others being offered here at the Prince Albert Historical Society, you should come down and check it out right here in person. Jerry McKelvey will be happy to help you out.
Greetings, everyone. Technology is always evolving and the next gadget is always around the corner. But radio communication is something that has been used for decades and is still being used daily across the country. 4 radio stations in northern Saskatchewan just received federal funding to keep residents up to date in a variety of Indigenous languages. The Cree language is being broadcast right now to over 70 communities in Saskatchewan. One of the unique features at NBC Radio, intended to retain language and culture.
We broadcast in our languages, but also to tell our stories in our languages, in our dialect, our way of thinking. It was based on that mission.
The Mississippi Broadcasting Corporation, alongside 3 other Indigenous radio stations, have received $1.8 million in federal funding over the next 2 years. The money will go towards the protection and enhancement of Indigenous languages and cultures. Cree broadcaster Vince Matawagan says there is a unique tie between the language and environment only found in northern Saskatchewan.
The Cree language is intrinsically tied with the land. You cannot separate the land and the Cree. If you grew up in town, that's all you ever knew, you'll probably only know about 60%.
Cree programming on NBC started over 40 years ago. Since then, it has gradually grown, with 1 hour dedicated to Cree and another hour strictly Dene. Language use also happens throughout the day. Charles says radio is still a valuable communication tool and will continue to be for the foreseeable future.
You look at the Kokoman Muslims that rely on us, the people in the trap lines that rely on radio to this day for their source of information. It's their way out to the world, especially the languages. We need to keep that focus.
The funding was provided by the Department of Canadian Heritage for programming suited to meet the needs and realities of Indigenous communities of northern Saskatchewan. If you have a story you would like to see in this segment, here's how to reach us. You can contact me by email, and you can also watch past episodes and segments of Indigenous Circle on our CTV Regina and CTV Saskatoon websites.
Indigenous Circle, brought to you in part by Saskatchewan Indigenous Enterprise Foundation, growing the First Nation entrepreneurial spirit.
After the break, a look at the current and future weather conditions. Plus, after a U.S. Senator's death from a heart condition, Pauline Chan dives into the details of aortic dissection. All right, Laura, what do we have going on in the wide world of weather today?
The wide world of weather, well, maybe not so much the world, but just Prince Albert I'll focus on today, or else I would be here for a little while. But Prince Albert, hey, it's pretty nice in this part of the world. It's shaping up to be another beautiful day and evening in Saskatchewan, right across the province. And that humidity is sticking around into tomorrow. Before we brace for some thunderstorms, that's in the forecast. I'll get out of the way here, and you can take a look at our radar and satellite as we see that system move through the province, and with it could bring a little bit of rain. We're still keeping an eye on it and seeing if it will come. We saw highs of about 27 degrees today, low of about 12. So pretty nice day in Prince Albert. And there you can see in our future cast that system rolling through southern Saskatchewan and might come through Prince Albert later on in the week. As for our forecast tonight, a pretty nice evening, light clouds right across Birch Hills, Melfort, Rostern, North Battleford, Spiritwood, Candle Lake, and Nipawin. 28 degrees for our forecast for tomorrow. As for tonight, mainly clear, 12 degrees, moderate winds, and then into tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud, about a 30% chance of showers, and that number keeps getting lower. So we may see a little droplets in the afternoon, but all in all, it looks like it might be clear. We might just get it in the way of humidity. High of 27, low of 15. As for Thursday, 40% chance of rain, high of 26, low of 15. Very nice day on Friday. Sunshine, not a lot of cloud coverage, high of 29, low of 16, and it's sticking around for Saturday, but we might see some of that rain. There is a risk of thunderstorm right now, but that number is changing. It was at 60%, and now it's looking more like 50% on Saturday, so we're keeping our eyes on that.
And if the lightning and the thunder arrives, Laura, I was talking to Jeff the other day about window TV is what I call it. When the storms roll in, I just turn off the TV and look out the window and get some good shots. Do you ever do that?
Yes, window TV, that is so good. I'm going to be stealing that. I'm definitely a big fan of the window TV and the window radio. Like, I love hearing it and just sitting out and enjoying those prairie storms, so long as I don't get any of the damage.
There you go. As long as you don't have a dog in the house, too.
Yes.
They don't seem to like the lightning and thunder. All right, Laura, well, the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame is taking the Traveling Mobile exhibit on the road this weekend. The exhibit, created in 2016, is a 53-foot trailer filled with artifacts, photos, and stories from 60 years of Saskatchewan sports history. The exhibit will stop in Saskatoon for the 2026 WCBL All-Star Weekend at Cairns Field. It's the second stop out of 5 this summer for the exhibit. It opens at 3 on Saturday and 11:30 a.m. on Sunday. It will be at the Tony Cote Summer Games in the Battlefords the following weekend and at Shake the Lake in Regina at the end of August. Admission is free, but donations are accepted.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
A medical examiner has determined that U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham died of an aortic dissection. But what is this condition, and is it always deadly? Health reporter Pauline Chan takes us on a closer look.
The aorta is the big tube that comes out of the heart, and dissection means it tears.
And as you can imagine, it's an extremely urgent situation.
It's one of the most acute and dramatic and high-risk illnesses we see in all of heart surgery. What happens is the big tube or the aorta tears and the blood rushes into the wall. It's associated with 95% mortality.
Senator Lindsey Graham was 71 and was reported to have had a brief and sudden illness when he died. Without knowing details of the senator's medical history, Dr. Bobby Yanagawa says high blood pressure is common as we age, and it may have been a factor. Aortic defects are rarely detected before these catastrophic tears, but a family history can give doctors a clue. Actor John Ritter and Canadian opera singer Misha Bruegger-Gosman-Lee are 2 other celebrities who've suffered aortic dissections. Bruegger-Gosman-Lee's was successfully treated.
The most common presentation is this: when people say, I have a 10 out of 10 excruciating pain that I've never felt, and it's tearing to my back. That's the characteristic pain of dissection.
Yanagawa says call 911 immediately if this happens. His other advice is to visit your doctor regularly to make sure your blood pressure is at a healthy level. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
The World Health Organization says it has received less than half the funding it needs to fight the Ebola outbreak in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. They're urging donors not to pull back at a critical time. The WHO has received just 40% of the $115 million that it needs to respond to the outbreak, which has no approved treatment or vaccine. Government figures show the virus has infected close to 2,000 people and it's killed 702. But WHO officials say the true number of Ebola cases in Congo is likely much higher, at least double the official count. U.S. health officials say lettuce or other salad greens could be behind a recent outbreak of cyclosporiasis. It's an infection that can cause severe diarrhea. More than 3,000 people in Michigan and Ohio have been sickened by a parasite causing severe diarrhea, and health officials say lettuce or other salad greens may be the source. Experts say they haven't ruled out other foods, and no specific product, grower, or supplier has been identified. Michigan has reported 2,640 cases so far, including 44 people who have been hospitalized. Ohio has reported another 361 cases since June 1st, with at least 46 hospitalizations. All right, Laura, more than 360 kilograms of peanut butter has been spread on a floor in the name of art. This is a tribute to Dutch artist Wim T. Schippers, who died last month. He first created the peanut butter floor in 1969, part of his floor covering series, which also included floors covered with glass shards and salt. So we know where, when, and how this project is taking place, but my question, and your probably question, is why?
Yeah, that is a good question. Hey, I was going to say I'm surprised how clean the peanut butter is. I thought there would be a hair in it, someone would step in it. I'm pretty impressed with this peanut butter exhibit. But yes, I guess why. Yeah, there you go. And I'm waiting for some art critic to say that the application of the peanut butter is a remark about the Industrial Revolution or some, you know, one of those long-winded answers. Right. So we're not smart enough, John. That's not. We don't understand. For me to decide. All right. Well, this is probably more up my alley. While most of the sport world's attention is on the FIFA World Cup, the 53rd World Pea Shooting Championship has just gone ahead.
Oh, it's such an honour to be a champion. You have to select your peas very carefully. They need to be very round, and you have to hold your pea shooter very steadily. That is the secret.
That's in the English village of Whitcomb in Cambridgeshire, hosting the event over the weekend. The rules for pea shooting championship state shooters: they must stand 3.7 meters away from the target, which, as you can see, is coated with wet putty.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, there you go. You can put those together. Shooters get to shoot 5 dried peas at the target, and a bullseye scores 5 points, the middle getting 3 points, and the outer ring getting 1. There you go. It's like junior high or elementary school, all that practice.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Could have been used for something.
There you go.